Hello everyone, welcome to your first Tribal Council. So first off, Trevor, what do you think of the 5-person tribe?
Well, it's interesting because, traditionally in Survivor, we have 8 people try, 8 or more usually, so to have 5, and all it takes is 3 people and you have the power in this tribe, so it changes everyone's strategy up, so I like it.
Okay, so you like it, but does it make you a little, claustrophobic?
To say the least, when I found out it was Tribe of 5, because that first call, I was excited and pumped when I saw who was on my tribe, and he dropped that bombshell on us, and now I see that the things aren't quite what they seem. I should have known that for you being the host, but I got ahead of myself, and it usually doesn't happen to me, so yeah, I'm claustrophobic to say the least.
So you were shocked that it wasn't a group of 10, that it was actually, 2 different tribes of 5.
I was super shocked by it, and then to find out that, there's another game going on, and that really throws you off because everyone plans ahead. Everybody plans ahead. This prevents you from planning ahead, so this season is truly only the best are going to be able to make it out of it, get out of these early stages and into that. And even make it into the deep part of the game, you don't know what to expect.
Drew, is it scary to be on such a small tribe?
Yeah, well, when you're on such a small tribe, everybody's a target, really. You can't leave anybody out. So, it's definitely a bit threatening.
So, Alex, unlike the other group of 10 that are playing their game right now, this group, has something kind of unique. Because you and Carl have played together in the same season before, and you guys are on the same tribe now. On the other tribe, Bestia, Kathy and Jose, they played together, and now they're in the same tribe. So, what's you and Carl's relationship like during Season 1, and then after Season 1 leading up to this game?
How would I say it? I mean, first of all, let's just briefly say that SF really, the first season was kind of like, wait, what? Okay, we're all like chatting on Facebook, so it was so ungenuine. So I would kind of just basically say, not really that close. But long story short, I hated Carl's guts for a good amount of time. Probably just because he so-called screwed me over in my naive 12-year-old's mindset at that point in time. But after the show, we slowly came closer, and now I think we consider ourselves pretty close friends.
So, Trevor, does it kind of concern you? I mean, here is Carl and Alex. They played together. They have some background. They have history. Is it a priority of yours to try to get rid of at least one of them this round?
No, I wouldn't say that that's a priority for me. Honestly, I'm not thinking about breaking anybody yet right now in the game. We already tried. It sucks that we even have to vote off one person.
So, Alex, is it natural to assume that you and Carl, since you played together, might be in some kind of alliance? Have you talked about that?
You could say that there's been small chat. I mean, I'd say that we're close. I mean, that goes unsaid, but I wouldn't say necessarily alliance. Yeah, that's a strong word.
Alex, are you afraid that people might just group you guys together just because you played together, and that means that one of you might be the target tonight?
Hell yeah, I'm scared that they're going to target me. I don't want to be first boot. It's definitely a scary thought to think that, if I'm like automatically assumed to be tied to Carl, that, they'd think, oh, let's get them out. I mean, there's 2 of us.
Okay, I gotcha. On a different note, Alex, how has the game changed since Season 1?
Okay, let me give you, like, a little example. Like, 1 is, like, literally black and white, and then you suddenly put into, like, a fucking, like, acid trip with all these rainbow colors and stuff, and that's SF Allstars compared to black and white, badly pixelated Season 1.
What has been the biggest difference for you to adjust to this new game?
Getting emotionally attached to people more or less. It's kind of like, now I can talk to you, I can get to know you more on a personal basis, while in the first season it was like, okay, I haven't talked to Karen at all, and that's it. Or, in general, not necessarily Karen, but, anyone.
Alright, so when you first saw your tribe mates, Drew, who were you most excited to be on a tribe with?
Guys like Alex and Carl, who are from the
old school, I guess you could say, through our Facebook those first couple seasons with me. So I was definitely excited to play with them.
So do you feel like there's just a natural kind of connection that the old school players have? And when I say old school, I mean seasons 1 and 2 that, people in the future seasons might not kind of get. Is there like a connection since you guys have now known each other for, over 5 years?
I think that's partially true, but I think there's a stronger connection between the newer seasons than the older seasons. The newer seasons are filled with people who are all active, have been active for a long time, but more recently. The older you play, the longer you play, the less likely you are to be active. That's partially because of the cast and partially just because I played 3 years ago, not 6 months. So, yeah, there's a connection in that we're not in the group who is exceptionally active.
So is that kind of a disadvantage, Drew? Because you're an old school player, you don't have some of these connections with these people that have, just recently played.
I don't know if I would call it a disadvantage. There are some advantages to being an old school player. I think old school players are underestimated. I think we've had a chance to gain some more perspective on our game and get that perspective through the lens of watching the newer seasons, and I think that's very helpful.
Okay, so you're talking a lot about old school versus new school. Well, on this tribe, there's 3 people from the old school, there's 2 people from the new school. So has it come into your head, Drew, of, hey, maybe, the 3 older school players, me, Carl, and Alex, should team up and get rid of Trevor and Stacy?
Absolutely, I thought about it. It would be a great alliance going up against these guys. Then again, I don't know if that alliance would have the connections to the other side. I feel like one advantage is, yes, we could get together on this tribe and be the old school group, but then we don't have the connections to the new school group when a merge comes.
So you're saying, although that could be a very well plausible alliance, Trevor and Stacy, they kind of offer a little bit more to the tribe.
I do think that Trevor and Stacy have their strengths for this tribe.
Or, another 3, Trevor, you could say, hey, let's vote the non-Americans out. Let's get rid of Alex, who lives in Greece. Let's get rid of Carl, who lives in the Philippines.
Yes, we could think that way. But the problem is, I don't like that mentality that you only need 3 votes to survive this tribal council, because that's an individual mentality. We really, right now, if we're going to be a tribe and stay strong, we need to be, the vote needs to be 4 to 1. That's clear to me. It has to be that way. If it's not 4 to 1, then there's a divide amongst our tribe. All 4 people have to agree that one person has to go, and it needs to be 4 to 1. If it's 3-2, there's a fracture there, and then we will not go forward as a unit, and we will be unsuccessful, I fear, going forward. So I don't like that mentality. I think other tribes that we're competing against are going to have that mentality, and I hope that they do, because I'm of the mentality that one person needs to go and 4 people need to be on the same page about it.
What I think he was saying was that we need to have 4 votes going forward so it doesn't look like we're divided amongst ourselves, and that we can, as a foursome that's going to be left in this game, try to, be unified moving forward.
So, Alex, it's everyone's ultimate goal to just keep the tribe unified for right now.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, I mean, we gotta all be unified and be on the same page.
So everyone on this tribe is all on the same page?
I would say all of us, except for one.
Which one?
Well, you'll find out, William.
Carl, are you on the same page?
I hope so. I'm not.
Trevor, what about you?
Before this vote, I discussed it with 3 other people, and we all agreed that going forward, the best way to stay strong and to give us our best chances going forward is with the 4 people, and the other 3 people, I guess, because I'm talking about myself. So they know who they are. So I'm voting the way I said I would.
Stacy, on the same page?
Yes, I'm voting how I said I was going to vote.
And Andrew, same page?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in that group of 4 that Trevor was talking about.
So everyone appears to be on the same page. Carl, you said you hope so. What do you mean by that?
Well, I haven't heard from Andrew he hasn't responded to my message, so I'm sure I'm not
I
part of
responded.
it. No, you didn't. You haven't responded in my Facebook and Skype message.
That's not fair, Carl. I totally sent you a message back. I have it on my phone here. I can show it to the camera if you want me to. I know I'm on all the time. If you ever want to talk to me, just message me. I'll respond. I responded to Carl. I respond to everybody. I'm here in college. I don't have most time to be on Skype for hours, but I'll be here. I'll talk to anybody on this tribe. I'm always going to be here. I'll make every challenge. I do my best effort to the challenge. I don't think it's fair to call me out for something like that.
Well, maybe. But I haven't heard from him since the challenge.
Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, I think is in university at the moment, or college. And Carl is really busy at the moment, and they're literally both on opposite sides of the world. So that probably would make it really hard for their communication, while it would probably be easier for Carl and I to communicate.
So, Andrew, why have you not talked to Carl?
No, I did. I just, he said, what are you thinking? I said, I don't know, and I sent it from my phone, and I never heard back from him. Must have not gone through.
No, I don't think it gone through, because I didn't receive anything.
Yeah, I thought you were ignoring me.
So if there was a four-way alliance, I do not know about that.
So, you say you haven't heard from Andrew, and you say that he's the only one.
Yeah, but the others messaged me.
So, Andrew, if I was you, that would kind of make me a little bit nervous. Here, Carl says that he's heard from everyone but you about an alliance, so that implies that maybe there's an alliance that you're not a part of.
I don't know about that. We'll see how the votes go down, I guess.
Stacy, where do you weigh in on this?
What do I think about it? Well, Andrew really hasn't talked to me either since the challenge. I mean, maybe he's busy. I don't know. Or maybe he just didn't get his message like he said. He said he wrote them, so I don't know. Maybe each other doesn't know how they're voting, so maybe this is why Carl's bringing it up. And maybe Carl feels left out.
So, Andrew, yet again, another person that says, you know what? Drew's not that good at communicating on this tribe.
That's definitely true. I haven't. Since the challenge, I was up till 4:30 last night writing a paper. I didn't have time to get on Skype, really. And I posted on the message that my Skype is messed up and I can't really contact people. But it's true, I haven't done a great job contacting people through Facebook or anything. So I might have to try that.
Doesn't waking up at 4:30 suck?
Oh, it's awful. Going to bed at 4:30 sucks too.
Well, every time we've had a challenge or a gathering, besides this time, which is somewhat convenient for me, it's midnight, I've been waking up pretty darn early, as you guys know. So, yeah.
So I get the vibe that this tribe is just having some issues with communicating. Trevor, is it natural to assume that, since Drew is busy with college and Carl and Alex are in different time zones, that you and Stacy are on a lot at the same time?
I mean, yeah, you could say I talk to Stacy the most of everybody in the tribe.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Stacy?
When I first talked to Stacy, on Skype, it was I was just wanting to get to know her, but we really hit it off, and I like her a lot, and she's the only girl in our tribe, so she stands out in that way too. But she's a really awesome person, easy to talk to, easy on the eyes.
Well, thank you, Trevor.
You know what I'm saying? So, I like her a lot, and I hope she stays around. I think that she doesn't have anything to worry about tonight.
Stacy, you and Trevor essentially have the same story. You both dominated your season strategically. You made it all the way to the very last tribal council, and your close ally voted you out right before you got to that final two. So, is there, kind of a common ground between the two of you?
I feel like I have something in common with Trevor being voted out third, yes, because Trevor and I feel like played the same kind of game, and I think we both deserve to be sitting at the end.
So, excited that Trevor was on your tribe?
Yes, very. I definitely wanted to play with him out of anybody.
We have similar history in this game, so yeah, that's part of the reason that I enjoy her.
Alex, when you're weighing out this tribe, when you first figure out who's on your tribe, who stood out as a threat?
Honestly, I'd say Stacy in in a way because, you know, she just played the last season. She did really well for herself. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're like Katniss. You're going into your second Hunger Games, like, back-to-back.
Alright, moving on and changing subjects. You guys lost horribly at that first challenge. Trevor, what happened? Was there someone that, you know, cost the tribe the challenge?
Well, I don't like to throw out names, but, you know, and we honestly didn't perform that well. But, you know, like I said, I don't really throw out names, but it was obvious, like everyone's kind of talked about.